Hi, I'd like to show you how to make the line design. What you're going to need is a piece of copy paper and some markers. You can do this with a black marker from a box like this or a different brand, or you can use a Sharpie if you have one. Whatever kind of markers that you're using, make sure you protect your tabletop. You don't want to get your parents mad for getting marker juice all over your tabletops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a black marker and I'm going to start to draw a line, an interesting line that moves and travels across my paper. I'm not going to scribble. I'm going to be thoughtful and intentional with my lines. So this line, for example, might move in a loop-de-loop fashion. And it moves from one side of my paper to the other. I'm going to draw a different line and I'm going to make it start in a different place. And it's going to be a different kind of line. Sometimes my line will cross over the line that I drew the first time. So now I have two lines that move very interestingly. Imagine if it was a roller coaster. Now I have some sections that I want to draw some lines in. So when I'm thinking about where my lines need to go, I want to make sure that they travel to those sections. Now I've done this several times, so I'm going to show you the next step. First, you're going to check and make sure that your sections are, they don't have to be real small like this one, but you don't want any large sections. You want several small sections. Now I'm going to do a step that's called rounding out my intersections. An intersection is where a line crosses over another one. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take your marker and you're going to round that curve and color it in. Now I have a lot of intersections, so it's going to take me a little while, but I already have one that I've started working on already. So I want to just finish this one right here so you can understand rounding out my corners. It totally changed my shape. It also added some more black. So let me pull up one that I've already started working on by rounding my corners. And this is it right here. So I made some mistakes on it, but that's okay because I can take my black marker and I can fix those mistakes just by making some of my lines a little thicker. It's called a beautiful oops. So if you make a mistake, you just have to work with it. There. So once all my intersections are rounded out, and I can see I still have missed some, there's another step. In your presentation, I included some ideas for different patterns. In your next step, you're going to create patterns in at least 5 of these sections. So I'm not going to work on this one anymore. I'm going to show you one that I've already been working on. And I have created patterns in 5 sections. You can see my patterns are very interesting and they're all different from each other. I've got one pattern that has polka dots. This one kind of reminded me of Spider-Man. That's 2 patterns. This one I'm calling a basket weave. This one is a bunch of circles. That's 4. And I have a little checkerboard pattern. This is what you're going to work on this week. You don't have to finish it all in one day, but by the next art class, you should have at least 5 different patterns on your paper that has interesting lines. Okay? That's it. Don't get rid of these. You're going to need them for next time we have art together.